What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Man, getting into some real shit here, some career stuff. I just want you guys to be aware that there's more to life than just being a bodybuilder, and what you learn as a bodybuilder can actually help you in other areas of life. Now, a lot of bodybuilders are naturally out there where, you know, we're naturally talkative, we're naturally take control, alpha. A lot of bodybuilders are very take charge. If you're ever in an alpha in his environment in the gym, he's like, yo, we're doing bicep curls right now. That's what we're doing. If you notice the leader of the pack, the alpha gorilla in the gym, you'll notice that he kind of has that approach. Now, what if we translated that and transferred that into career, into being a CEO? Now, I've been a CEO for most of my career, for the last 10 years. I mean, I've been a CEO. And the thing about being a CEO or a business owner, whatever your title is, when I say a CEO is you're the owner or person running things. You're the top of the food chain. Every single decision comes through you, or comes through somebody that you delegated to make that decision. And a CEO is the most stressful position in the world if done correctly. And the CEO is a different mindset, and a CEO is a different animal. Because to move up the ranks or to start a business and become a CEO takes cojones. And I'm going to go into some things that sets out the CEO mindset. Now, I will say that everyone at Tiger Fitness, just about everyone, has the CEO mindset. They're the type of people that can run their own company. When we hire someone at TigerFitness.com or at MTS Nutrition, we hire someone who runs it like their own company, who takes charge, who isn't afraid to stand up and say, you know what, Mark? You know what, Chad? That's a dumb fucking idea. And here's why it's dumb. And here's a solution. Why would I hire someone that's just going to do the bobblehead? Yes. A lot of CEOs like that. Those are weak CEOs. There's just a weak CEO and a strong CEO. I read a Ronald Reagan book. It was Ronald Reagan's. It was a biography. He has like 40 of them, not an autobiography. And one thing that the author, now I'm not going to state a pro-Reagan or anti-Reagan. I don't want to alienate anybody. I'm just going to go into what this man said. He said that Reagan's main strength was realizing his weaknesses and hiring people who fulfilled the weaknesses and took charge, had that CEO mentality. CEO mentalities, it's something that you're born with. And there is a downside to being a CEO. Now, people who are CEOs, for example, can be driven by different things. Some are driven by competition, by beating their opponents. Some are driven by success. Some are driven by winning. Some are driven by the rush of succeeding. Some are driven by the challenge of staying in business. 90%, 70 to 90% of all businesses fail. A CEO is an asshole who thinks that for some reason he's going to be in the 10% that make it. A CEO does not give a fuck. And CEOs can be of many types. They can be a meek, underspoken man. They can be someone like me who'll take control of a room and talk, who has no problem going out in American flag tights and making a speech to a group of nuns. I have no problem with any of that. There are all types of CEOs. So just because you're not boisterous, loud, and obnoxious like me does not mean you can't take charge and grab the bull by the friggin' nuts and rock things. Now, CEOs are very driven people, so much that it's the one career other than military and other traveling careers, because CEO does entail a lot of traveling a lot of the times, where marriage isn't really a CEO thing. It's something that CEOs usually fail at. I forgot the exact statistics, but marriages, friendships are all something that CEOs have problems with, and mainly because of scheduling. I went over this in my time management article, and the reason I'm doing these is because I'm just not fitness. I'll film training articles. I'll go over some things, but it just doesn't captivate me anymore. I'm more interested in helping you become better overall people. And I think as people who are fitness enthusiasts who want to fit that in your life, I think that hearing it from someone who's actually a pro bodybuilder, whose first goal and focus is career and family, is a bit more appealing than hearing it from Bill Gates, who doesn't even lift, right? He's much more successful than me. But remember, success is relative. No one's as successful as Bill Gates, okay? He's the fucking man. I don't even consider myself very successful in relation to other successful people. Driven by success, the one thing Out of all the CEOs I know who are successful long-term, not just talking one-hit wonders or slam, just go and slam one good idea and make money, long-term successful CEOs are not driven by money. That's in my experience. Now, granted, I know people are going to chime in down below. I knew a CEO who shined his shoes with hundreds. I don't make it rain on them hoes. I'm not motivated by money. I'd rather put the money back into projects and grow it for further world domination. And the thing is, I have a mission. I was just talking about, man, my friends, for example, are usually CEOs. Mike Rashid, Sean Torbati, two of my best friends. I mean, we talk daily, multiple times. Mike and I and Sean, we're like the three musketeers. No one would expect us to come together as a group, but damn, we did. Got a big white guy, a big black guy, and a token natty. So anyway, I also got Josh and Greg out here in Illinois, and they're both business owners, CEOs. They run things. It's a different kind of approach where you can't have the 9 to 5, they know that I might disappear for a couple weeks due to being busy, and I know the same. But we know at the end of the day, we're going to come together, and with Sean and Mike, we're doing so many projects together. It just lends itself to be awesome. But the one thing those guys aren't driven by is money. What we're driven by at MTS Nutrition, what Sean's driven by, and Mike's driven by, and this is the God's honest truth, you can fucking put a camera in our conversation, is taking over so we can give people good product, good information from people who really fucking care. That's what I care about. I want people to drink my protein because I know what's in it. I want people to take my fat burner because I know about the dosing and the ingredients. I want people to take my stuff because I truly believe it's the best. Sean's the same way. We get more excited at people reaching their goals than what our plus minus. Obviously, we have to make a profit. But I don't think profit's the best way to run a business. The best way to run a business is to treat your customers right and help them reach their goals. And once you do that, you know what? Profit will follow. But you don't have to rip people off and do some shady. There's so many companies out there in the supplement industry that are all smoke and mirrors on Instagram with their funny names and their stupid formulas. It's all marketing, their big lines, their selfies. I do my personal share of selfies, but I back it up with fucking research and giving you guys information like this. Not just me at the gym yelling catchphrases and having a cool fucking name. Okay, although the machine is awesome. CEOs usually take charge. If you run a meeting, if you see a CEO, you got to be willing to step up and say, look, here's my decision. Here's why we got to move forward. While you might have people come in and chime in their opinions, at the end of the day, you have veto power. Okay. And you need to go in and you got to make it. Beautiful thing about my setup is there's 2 veto powers and we always agree. And if we don't agree, it just doesn't get done. And I think that's great because there's checks and balances because I do some stupid shit. So the thing is, what I look for in an employee is someone who wants to be a CEO. Someone who wants to run shit. I want someone who manages whatever they're doing like they're the CEO of that department. I don't want someone who says, yes, sir, no, sir. I don't want that. I want someone who's willing to say, that's a stupid idea. You know what? It was great. I'm going to just bring this up. Birdman, Chad Burdett. You guys probably see him on social media. Tiger Fitness, Birdman, I believe. And there was one thing we threw out there and Chad just said, that's a stupid fucking idea. To me, Chad, and everybody in the company who agreed that it was a good idea. I love that. That gave me a boner just reading that. Okay, I have a little bit of notes here. CEOs don't work 9 to 5. We work till we're done working, period. You get the job done. There are a couple exceptions. Remember Hewlett Packard, Mr. Hewlett, he used to actually 9 to 5 and his recreational hobby, he'd go to Home Depot and build shit around his house. He's an anomaly, and he's a very successful anomaly. It worked for him. Most CEOs, we just work until we either die, and that's another problem. I've been to the hospital from overexertion, from overworking. I've had severe stomach issues, and I know a lot of CEOs with the same thing. Hell, Mike Rashid just got really sick from pushing himself too hard. You guys don't understand. We do it for you. We really do. A true CEO, the guys I know, do it for their customers. Once you start doing it for yourself and your old profit and greed, yeah, we all want to make money. We all want to have cool things, but I don't want to do it in a way that's going to jeopardize my ethics, my morals, and my customers and my integrity. I'm not going to do that. You're only on this earth once, okay? As far as I know, I have yet to have proof of the afterlife or of being reincarnated. I want my legacy to be that of helping people. That's it. If you guys don't believe me, I don't fucking care. It is what it is. My friends know the real me. All 4 of them. I have acquaintances. I have friends. Van's a good friend. Speaking of which, everybody asked about Van. Van and I still talk. We talked yesterday. Alpha. You know what I want? This applies to males and females. I've seen some female CEOs. There's no difference, man. If you have a CEO mentality, be man, woman, race doesn't fucking matter. If you fucking take charge and you are profitable to whether the organization is someone else's or your own organization, you are fucking alpha. I want my daughter to be alpha. I want my sons to be alpha. I want everyone in my company to be alpha. I want them to be. I want them to develop that trait. Be alpha. Be proud. The hardest thing about being a CEO is choices. Because at the end of the day, whether your company's 10 people, 20 people, 100 people, the decisions you make might lend some people to the unemployment line. And the last thing, a good CEO who cares about employees, we didn't need Obama to tell us we needed health insurance. We had that long before. In fact, Obamacare raised our rates 48%. Hence why I'm not a big fan of it, because we were doing the right thing to begin with. And a lot of good companies were. And in this world, in America, how it should be, if you don't like your insurance company that your company provides, leave that company and find a new job. It's a free market. Go fucking work somewhere else. We provided awesome insurance, and we still do. The only difference is now it costs more. But a true company cares about its employees. So when you friggin' come and you're making a decision knowing that, I know, at the end of the day, if Chad and I do something stupid, okay? If we do something stupid, John has a family, he has 4 kids. Matt's having another kid in the next 2 weeks. You know, we got Frankie's kids, Araceli's kids. We're a family company. You know, we're not, you are more than just a number, because we're just people trying to pay our bills and raise our families too. I mean, imagine if you know, and it's in the back of your mind, that every decision you make impacts an entire family, not just one, but many of them. So if you see your employees as more than just a number, by all means, it's the same thing. And it's a huge burden. There's a huge amount of stress. So I think the moral of the story is CEO-ness isn't for everybody. It's very rewarding. It's the pinnacle of one's career if you can maintain that position. It's something I think everybody should strive to, is to run shit if you're not complacent. But realize there are sacrifices. I missed both of my first 2 kids' first steps. I can say I do probably regret that looking back. You make choices as you go, and you have regrets. What I don't regret is that my kids got to see me working and working and working. And don't think that when you reach the top of the food chain, you're going to work less than you did before. I remember when I was in school, and I tell my kids this because I'm old now, I used to tell them, you know, I'll tell them that I think that school was really hard. Like, I can't wait to get out in the workforce, man. School's tough. And I had it rough, man. My mom was on drugs, and my dad had health issues, and he traveled, and then he got health issues, and then he passed away later on. And I remember thinking, man, it can't get much harder than this. And emotionally, I was probably right. But the amount of work I do now, I hope my kids enjoy only having an hour of homework a night. I really do. Because the amount of stress and projects that I'm behind on right now, it's a blessing that we have stuff to do. And again, we thank everybody, and we work hard, and we thank our customers for giving us the opportunity to work for you, to make your life better, to help enhance your life. But if you're looking at moving up the food chain and being a CEO or starting a business, just realize it's a sacrifice. And not everybody's cut out for it. But if you are cut out for it, like training, set short and long-term goals. Meet them, crush them, and crush your competition. That's really all I got to say. At the end of the day, if you work to be better every day, you're going to be better than the person next to you sooner or later. I'm Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Thanks for watching this. I know it's a departure from the training and the this and the that and the shoulder press, but you know what? This is life. And being a CEO, that's not a game.